Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a pretty town red. Can't let that shit go in my head, Wargaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I am Shane, hanging out with Fox.
Hi, Shane. I'm
and
Fox.
Churchy.
Hi, Churchy.
G'day.
Today, we thought we would take a look through these technology devices we have in our hands here.
You're grasping your phone loosely, like it's a primitive tool, but you also don't care about. You just dropped it.
I hate it.
Do you really?
This phone, right? So I
Yeah,
basically, I was always keeping up with the phones every 2 years, getting a new one for
Yeah.
the plan, right?
For the plan.
At the one point, I was just like, fuck buying a new phone and paying for a new phone every 2 years. I bought one outright.
Yeah.
Went in there, I was like, I want to make phone calls.
I'm paying cash.
I want to send text messages, and I want to use Discord. What can you do for me? $500, baby.
Nice. So what is that?
I don't know, Samsung.
Samsung. It's going to be an A then, isn't it?
A
Yeah, say less.
20?
Man's
200? I don't know.
And then, so when did you get that? How old is that phone?
3 years ago or something.
Do you need a new phone?
It's fucked.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the screen has got so many chips and scratches and cracks in it.
So
Like,
what
it's
you-
not like White Girl smashed.
Oh no.
But it's got like one nice big crack. Oh no, two.
Do you reckon is mine white girl smash?
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yours is like one step away from being Yas Queen.
Yeah, it is the ice queen actually. One more crack. If I look at this long enough, I think another crack will appear. It's like standing on ice,
Yeah, pretty much.
and it's just gone.
Yeah.
But luckily, that's all to the tempered glass, which is a new thing I've discovered. Is that you can just treat your phone like crap and then.
Oh, I don't
replace
even have
the
a case on this thing.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that. So you've done pretty. Oh my gosh, yeah. I see the damage to Shane's phone now. It's not ideal.
Yep. So we went through the app store. We found some hobby apps,
Yeah.
hobby-related apps. And we thought everything's an app these days. Why not hobby?
Yeah, it's always like people don't really talk about hobby apps.
No.
And I've never heard someone go, "Oh, do you use this? Do you use that?" So I've had one that I've used on and off for a while that I think is the hobby app in my mind.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what you're bringing either. Watch us bring the same app and convince each other. Although,
I told
put
you what app I was doing.
oh, did you? I don't think you did, dude.
I did.
Oh, maybe I didn't listen. I actually have no idea. So I feel like you haven't told me, but maybe you did. But
Maybe I mentioned. Oh, I might have mentioned it like very briefly.
I'm as surprised as the listeners.
Yeah.
One that we would do an episode on hobby apps.
Yeah. It's really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I think it's valuable.
It should be fine.
Sure. I'm sure it should be fine. Trying to convince yourself this is valuable. All right, so tell me about your first app. And
Before I tell you about the app,
sure.
the listeners should leave a comment about their apps.
Oh yeah. All right. Before we say ours, pause it.
No, simultaneously.
Okay. Oh, sure. At the exact same time.
Yeah.
Write yours, and then when you hear Shane say the name of his app,
Press enter.
Press enter.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So we're just going to talk about what these apps do,
Yep.
why they might be good, why
Yeah,
we
why
like them,
Yeah,
and why we think you should use them,
absolutely.
or
Yeah.
something along those lines. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
So to kick
What do
it
you
off, my first app is called Figure Case.
Okay.
It's been around. I've seen it on Facebook heaps.
Okay.
And then I was like, I need to check it out.
So this nullifies my point where I'm like, no one's really talking about apps, and you're like, I saw this one all the time on Facebook. That's how I found
It's
it.
targeted advertising, probably.
Ah, you see
I
the
don't
ads
know.
for it, not
Yeah.
people talking about it.
Both.
Okay, never
Both.
mind then. Disregard everything I've said previously to this point.
I have already.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sorry if you can hear my crinkling water. Unlike apps, real objects make noise.
yes. Apps can make noise.
I haven't had my phone on loud for years, so
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, mine's called Figure Case app. It's pretty straightforward. It's in the name. It is
Yeah.
a hobby organizer app. It's created by a fellow named Simon Nicol, who also goes by Warganizer,
Wow, nice.
which I think is clever.
Well done, Simon.
clever.
Better than Simon, to be honest. Legally change your first name to Warganizer.
Warganizer, yeah.
What'd you say his last name was?
Nicol.
Warganizer Nickel. We'll workshop the last name.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So it's for organizing your miniatures into different factions, different, you can go from armies, game systems, and then from there you can break them down into what stage they are in your hobby. So it can be like
perfect.
new in shrimp, built, primed, based.
Great.
And finished, like obviously finished, and it's a good way to visually see how you're tracking. Like it has different colors, so it goes from the deepest of reds for new and shrimp,
Corn red.
up to like a super nice green for finish, right? So
Green.
and then orange and yellows in between, and it has different lines and different charts showing how much and what sort of percentage of that
I like
faction is at what stage.
I like that a lot.
And as I'm sure most of us, it's always 75% red,
Yeah.
maybe.
For a
With
lot of us.
smidge of green on the end.
If you're so addicted to wargaming that you
Yeah.
somehow found our podcast, then you are in the red constantly with your collection.
Always in the red.
Hemorrhaging plastic.
Absolutely. So being able to like filter it by status, you can show, I have a Blood Angels army, and then each individual unit from that, and maybe you've got 20 intercessors, and 5 of them are done.
Yep.
10 are like new in box still. 5 of them are halfway through, so your graph would be sort of half red, quarter green, and a quarter orange.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's just such a good visual aid for seeing how your hobby's tracking and what systems and what factions you have more of.
Does it show you an overall view of your entire collection?
Yes. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and
I
it
like
even
that a
shows
lot.
you how many miniatures you have in collection.
Ooh.
So it'll break down like you have this many factions, and then this many 100 miniatures.
Yeah, okay. This many hundreds. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like that. And I feel like I need it. Because, I mean, with these apps, previously I've found so many that try to do, like, I don't know, is your other app, your second one that you'll talk about later, is it like a paint record keeping app?
No.
Good, because I'm about to crap on it. Nah. I just find those so useless for me because, like, my paint collections, that's in my mind, that's what hobby apps have been until recently.
You mean an app where you can save the method you've used to paint a certain army? Like
No, like, I mean, it just, like, is a big paint catalog of everything that you've got.
I have a null oil.
Yeah, paint inventory.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, you can open your app and be like, oh, I have null oil. That's good. Yeah, there it is in front of me.
Yeah. You know where that's good for?
Shopping.
If you finish your last bottle of null oil, you take a big old minus on that.
Sure.
And then next time you're at the hobby store, you're like, oh, crap, what did I need? Whip it out.
Yeah, sure.
And then get your phone out. And then,
okay, gross.
and then
Get kicked out of the store.
kicked out of the store
order
and
it
probably
online.
arrested. But then you can be like, okay, oh yeah, sweet, that's right, I use that.
Yeah.
And you know what to buy, so you're not buying the same paint several times.
Yeah, I hate those.
Yeah.
I hate those. And it's probably just me because I would never do that. If I run out of a paint, I remember. I don't paint a lot, so
yeah,
I know exactly what I need right now in my head. Yeah.
Do you? If you were to go home, like if you were to think, I want to paint something like this, what paints you have, every single one of them.
I suppose I don't paint anymore with specific colors.
Yeah.
I paint with colors.
Okay, so it's like I've got some browns, I've got some reds.
Yeah, like I want to do like a pale green on that. I think Nurgling green will be great, or I've got this other one, or I've got duck egg green, or this one. That'll be fine. I got that.
Okay.
I've got pale green. If I don't, I'll make it.
Yeah.
So I don't really go if guides now have like this is a tangent.
This is a massive tangent.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah. I don't, hello? Who's out there? Someone save us. But yeah. So I don't find those apps relevant, and in my head, that's what hobby apps are.
Yeah. It's easy to assume that though. It's easy just to like pigeonhole yourself into that idea that a hobby app is just like an inventory app.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In a way, I guess this is an inventory app for miniatures.
Sure, but and if it was just an inventory app, like put in all your miniatures, I'd be like, no thanks.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you track your hobby progress with it that I'm like, heck yes.
And it's actually very satisfying to be able to go from one stage to the next.
I could imagine. Or ticking something off as finished and seeing the graph go.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
My addiction is not as bad as it was this morning.
It's a fraction of a percent different.
Yeah. I'll shed 2 less tears when I cry myself to sleep.
One downside I've found with this app though is that it's only on iOS.
You got me so hyped for this app.
You got to get an iPhone, dude.
No, I don't. Developers just need to learn how to do stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's so annoying.
Yeah, I was actually really, really disappointed with that. And then my work gave me an iPad, so I was like,
oh yeah, I guess I got an iPad.
install that.
I guess I could just do that.
You could.
Come on, what are we doing? What age are we living in?
Not 2023.
So what's it called?
Figure case.
Figure case.
So the next sort of thing I asked myself was like, what do I get from this app?
Oh yeah.
And it was mainly the fact of being able to keep that inventory, tracking your progress of these projects, you know. It's also got a really interesting, what they call effort value.
Oh.
So like it's a score you can give a project or an individual model as to determine how much effort is required.
Right.
So you could look through your app and be like, I need an easy win. You know, what have I got? And like the first thing I found was hard to. It's like, how do you score effort?
Totally.
You know? It's like, to me, it was like, okay, well, I'm going to say an effort with the value of 1 is like 1 guardsman.
Okay.
Or something like that, right?
Sure.
Something that you can like, you know, do your base coats, a wash, and a dry brush or something like that, and have it be tabletop.
So it's your own metric that you have to kind of create.
You have to create it yourself. You can't. There's no predetermined score in there.
Yeah.
Everything will automatically start as effort 1, but you might be like, okay, you know, this Lehman Russ tank is like, I could probably paint it at the same time I could paint 10 guardsmen, so let's give it a score of 10. It's a rough thing,
yeah,
but it's easy to just look at and glance at it and go like, oh, you know, that's only effort 5. Yeah, I could smash that out.
Okay. Yeah, I think
it's a personal sort of score thing.
Sure. And I could see myself doing it, like creating my own, where I'm just like, if it takes me a night, it's effort 1. If it'll take me a week of, you know, a couple sessions, it's a 2.
Yeah.
If it'll take me a few weeks, it's a 3.
See, I'd go on a much more granular sort of thing. I would go like, an effort 1 is something that you could do in like maybe like 5 minutes or 10 minutes,
right?
And then like
what
maybe
can you do
like
in 10 minutes,
maybe
slap chop mini,
a guardsman.
Yeah,
you know,
if you did like contrast paints, I guess.
Yeah. Like slap chop contrast, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one thing I was like, when I first opened it up, I'm like, all of mine is this effort 1, because I was at the start, I was like, how do I even score this?
And you're like, what are you doing? Why are you saying all my stuff is effort 1? What's effort 2 look like? I spent 20 hours on that dreadnought.
Exactly. Yeah. So and then it was only until later when I started thinking about it, I'm like, okay, it's something that you have to sort of create yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to do it for you.
Bugger. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
When you download an app and it makes you think yourself? Yeah. That's the worst. At least you can. Wait. Oh, right. It all makes sense now. I was like, wait, how do you even have it? You've got an Android, a bad one at that. But you just mentioned about the iPad.
I did.
So you use it on the iPad.
Yeah.
He's already covered this for all of you who have my brain and are just catching up now.
Just catching up.
Welcome. This is Hobby Homies.
Yeah. So yeah, what I get from the app was that it was a way to track everything. It was a satisfying progress tracker.
Sure.
It was like $5.
Okay, I was going to ask.
So, which is reasonable.
Is this cost the money? It costed the money.
Costed the money, not free.
Speaking of your expensive Apple only app, how much of your catalog have you put into it?
Oh, not much.
Okay.
Bugger all, really. Like some Rangers of Shadow Deep stuff, my Blood Angels, maybe some Gene Stealer Cults.
Sure.
That's about it. I haven't really gone through. I want to do some reorganizing, so I probably will sit down and go through everything.
And I just coined this then. Organizing.
That's clever, dude.
Thank you, man.
Clever. You should call yourself Warganizer Fox.
I should. That's way better than Warganizer Nickel.
Shots fired.
For example.
Yeah. Yeah. So the last thing I thought was, does the app do what I want it to do?
Okay.
Like, do I get everything out of this app? Yes, it does what it says on the box. You know, it's straightforward. It would be cool to have maybe like a paint sort of tracker as well, where maybe you could even attach a photo or something like that, or
doesn't have photos.
Write down your method. No, it doesn't have photos.
Doesn't have method.
Not like a fine
tracker. Yeah.
No. Maybe something like that. Like, you know, so you can just track how you got your particular scheme. You know, what coats you used and what method you did to get it. Because like it's so easy to pick up a model that you painted 12 months ago and like, how did I get that blue? You know? Well,
if you want something that tracks your hobby progress, I have the thing for you.
Oh well, the app's still being worked on, still being consistently updated.
Oh, good.
And it looks like he's got more things in the future. But tell me about your app.
is the future bringing it to Android? Surely it is.
God, I hope so.
Surely it is.
Or like even like a web-based thing would be good too.
Yeah. Well, if you want web-based and you want something where you can upload your method and your paints used and attach photos, let me know because I'm looking for the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. We've got paintpad.app.
Oh, okay.
So can you pull up this website?
.app, you know it's a website.
Yeah, it's a website.
.app.com.
And as you can see on the screen, those listening can't.
Unites.
What I love about this
Something I can
is it was super easy. Like you go to paintpad.app, you
Yep.
log in, and straight away, you don't need to log in, Churchy. Straight away, you can just start entering your thing. I was doing it as I was painting a thing at the start of the week when I was slap chopping.
Okay.
If you click one, Churchy, it kind of gives people who are watching, just any of them, it gives people watching like an idea. So what they've got on the screen now is like a demon. He's explaining specifically the flesh for a demonkin.
Okay.
And it said base coat, and then it's got some instructions for base coating, but then also the color specifically they used.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yep.
And so what's cool about this is, and then it's got the shading methodology, because sometimes you don't want to just write, I shaded with this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to
It's
write.
like, how? Did you thin it? Did
Yeah,
you do
exactly.
multiple layers?
Totally.
Yeah.
And so all that information is in there, as well as the highlights and everything else.
Yeah, nice.
So the great thing about that is not only is this great for your own personal tracking of what you just mentioned.
Yep.
Because I was doing the same thing all the time.
Yep.
In fact, the first day I went into a Warhammer store, when I was talking to the the store manager about what are you pulling up there? Oh, some pictures.
Nice.
Pulling up some spicy pictures. That's another cool thing you can do.
Yeah.
But the first thing he said to me was, make sure when you paint these models, you write down what you did, because in 2 years, when you go to paint them again,
Yeah.
you won't know.
No.
And you'll want to know, because so much of what I personally do is army painting.
Yep.
And I want things to have a consistent vibe to them. And like, yeah, you can have things a little bit different, but sometimes I just like to know what I'm doing now is what I did then. The greens are going to match, the tans will match, etc. So, yeah, there's a heap of creators on there. And that's cool. You can go to paintpad.app and browse through the creators.
Nice. So you can see their works and how they got their results.
Yeah, you can search for things like Kroot, and it might come up with a few different Kroot. You might go, I want skin. You can search for skin, and it will have a few different methods for that. Churchy's browsing.
Churchy's so far distracted.
Yeah. Churchy's actually no longer checked in.
everything.
So there you go. You got all different types of skin and voted for by people. It's really underused.
Yeah. I've never heard of it. I've tried to find a few different, and I've looked at a couple of apps similar where you can add your method and everything like that, but
Yeah.
never even seen this. So.
What I love, I mean, there's so many different things I love about it, is that it's just people
Yep.
who create their stuff for themselves. But then if you write it well enough, you can also just share that on your public page and provide recipes for other people to use.
Yep.
So I've found it's going to help moving forward a lot, because writing down my stuff, I'll lose the book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even a Google Doc, you can lose.
Yeah, exactly. It'll get buried, or I'll have too many. Those are the. In fact, what Churchy just pulled up on the screen is a couple of the new Kroot. And this is how I found this app when I was painting my Kroot months ago.
Yeah.
This guy, Rookie Brushes, had fantastic guides on them. Well, he had on his Instagram, he just had that picture, and I was like,
so you found it through an Instagram?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Because I asked, how did you do the green?
Yeah.
How many times have people asked, how did you do X? And they have to rewrite how they did it.
You could just send him a link.
That's exactly what he did. He's like, actually, just go to my paint pad.
Yeah.
The leather is a separate guide. The skin is a few different guides. You can choose which kind of skin.
Nice.
And there it is. So like the tan belly, dark leather. He's broken it down perfectly with pictures. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, sweet.
I love it for that reason. I love that it's a web app too, so you can use it on your iPhone, Android, and computer.
Yeah, not limited.
Not limited.
Yep.
I think it's great for... I just found it so simple. I logged in. The first thing was like, hey, you want to add a recipe? You press plus. It's like, what do you want to call this step one? I was like, underpainting. And it's like, what colors do you want to add? And it's just like, I don't know. It took me a minute, and I was just like, I know how to use it.
Sweet.
Front to back. So that was good.
Awesome.
I love that you can share it easily. I think other people should use it for that reason.
Yep.
People could be like, oh, how'd you do that? Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's my paint pad. And then when they're there, they can see all your other stuff. I love that it's a great revenue stream for people too. If you start, how YouTubers, they get really good, so they put all their extra guides and tutorials over on Patreon, and you sign up there.
Yep.
These are great because a lot of people have their link trees, and they're just like, you can give them a tip. Like, hey, if you like my work here on PaintPad, chuck me $5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only downsides I found with this were you can't follow creators.
Oh, really?
Not that I like.
So there's no follow system. There's no.
If there is, that it's poorly done because I could not find it.
Yeah.
I clicked on every option, every menu.
Yeah.
There's no. If I want to follow Rookie Brushes, I just better remember Rookie Brushes.
Yeah.
Lucky for me, there's so few people using this at the moment that he's the top creator with 110 recipes or something.
Okay.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And his stuff is fantastic. He's a phenomenal painter, and you'll
Nice.
find everything you need. But yeah, that was not being able to follow creators is just seems like a miss.
Yeah.
Seems like a big miss.
I don't know if the development team though, like a follower system, maybe there's a bit to it. Maybe there's something they need to maybe it's coming. They just wanted to get the foundation.
Yeah, for sure. I hope
I don't
so.
know.
Maybe it is super new.
Or maybe they don't want it to be like a social media platform. Where
Sure.
Followers may leave that kind of taste. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like a miss. Like,
Yeah,
especially if,
absolutely.
and you can like people's work, give it a little
Okay.
star, but you can't save it. So, and if I find Kroot skin, I'm like, cool. I'd like to look at that later as well. Like, favorite it, put it in my favorites. Bookmarks, yeah. And like, you can, because it's a web app, you can just bookmark creators.
Yeah.
But like, maybe I want to jump on my phone. Maybe I'm on a different thing. Maybe I'm not logged in. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, but again, I don't actually know how old it is. So if it's only like 6 months old, it's killing it. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Also doesn't have some of the paints, a lot of the paints that I use. Doesn't have Chimera paints, etc.
Yeah.
So
what do they got? Vallejo, Games Workshop, like the top.
I would say top 3 or 4.
Yeah,
AK, Vallejo, Games
Yeah.
Workshop. Maybe Army Painter, I would hope so, but probably just them. I found it really lacking. But I mean, again, I don't care.
Again, it could be new.
I just pick, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just pick a warm blue gray, and then I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So I don't need to know exact colors. But anyways,
Nice.
or I can just write it in the note
Yeah.
and then attach a different color.
Yeah.
So anyways, so I love it. I think more people should use it so that we can share our methods with each other, but whilst also saving your own methodology. It's got a hobby log as well, but that's only a paid for thing that you get for signing up to the Patreon.
So okay, so you sign up to their Patreon.
Yeah.
And you get access, like a exclusive access to a sort of
A hobby log.
Yeah. Okay.
Similar to, I guess, what you described, although I just had a quick look before and doesn't look as nuanced.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit rustier than what you're describing
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Warganizer's
Figure case.
Yeah. On iOS only. So maybe use Figure Case for that and paintpad.app for that. And there you go. You got the
Then you've
1-2
got
punch.
both. Would be good to have a 2-in-1 though.
It would.
And
I think both of them will eventually try and do both.
probably.
I imagine.
Yeah.
If you're talking about hobby organizing.
Yeah.
Those are the two main things.
Like, why not? Because they go hand in hand. If you're already organizing your collection and what state it's in, why not add the ability to have your method?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you naturally just said, I would like it to later have this.
Yeah.
That's the top thing that you thought of when you think of hobby organizing. You think of that. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How much? Oh, it's free. Oh, sorry. It's free, but how much is the Patreon?
I've got no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I didn't even look. I was like, I don't want to pay for it.
Nah.
I don't pay for it.
Yeah, sounds like you don't need to.
Nah, I don't really need. I'm just going to use the Warganizer.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Figure
I'll give that a
case.
go. And then I'll
Figure
keep
case.
this. Sir?
Figure case.
Yeah, sure. Actually,
The Warganizer.
well, if
It'll
you,
probably come up if you searched it, though, to be
the
honest.
website for it is warganizer.app. So there you go.
Yep.
I just looked it before. So, and then it just points you to the
Yeah.
the iOS download.
Click here, this one single button to find where to get it from.
So I'm showing Shane, but this is my little what I've added. And then if I go for a preview,
Yeah.
Okay, underpaint, prime, chaos black, zenithal, blue gray, dry brush.
It's like what Churchy was showing.
Oh yeah, it's exactly like that, which is cool. Which is very cool.
I couldn't read it word for word, but I could see the layout.
Oh, you could see it. I kind of just assumed you were flying blind.
It looked like lines.
Yeah, good. There you go. It is kind of just like lines. And then what's cool is you've got the method, and then you could just click the tab next to it, which is a list of the paints they use. So if you want to do that, anyways.
Yeah.
Get them both.
Cool.
That's all you need for hobby.
Yeah.
But we got some other things.
We do.
What's your sneaky second app?
Oh, my second app. Well, it's not technically an app.
Oh, here we go.
It's a web-based thing.
Oh, so another web app.
Yeah, it is Incarnate, which is for map making, fantasy map making. Not quite. It's a different vein, I guess, to the apps we were originally looking at, but it's something I've been using so much lately, and I'm addicted to it.
Are you really?
Actually addicted to it? I'm spending hours just creating maps. Like, there's different maps. You can go world maps, region maps, battle maps. So everything sort of breaks down. You can create a battlefield and have it printed and laminated or something like that.
Wow.
Churchy's bringing it up. Good on Churchy.
Bring it up, Churchy. Yeah, it's on the screen. Wow.
I didn't even prime him for that. He's just going.
He's rogue. He's gone rogue.
That's why he's on the big bucks.
That's it. That's why he's on the medium bucks. Yeah, it is very cool.
Yeah.
I haven't used it. In fact, I did try and use it once, and it was like a low res thing because there's like some free
version.
Yeah. Are you using the free or paid
No,
for?
I ended up going you can do a subscription thing, which is $5 a month.
Okay, that's
I
pretty
think
good.
you can do it yearly, which is like maybe $25.
Damn.
I was like, I'll just try it for a month, because I've used the free version before, and I've just made like shocking maps. They look like kindergarten maps.
Yeah, I hated the free version.
Yeah.
I think almost like just give people a sample of what you get in the pro.
But
one
the free
or two
version
things.
is a sample.
It's not a bad representation of what it can be.
It really is.
Yeah.
They hide so much behind the paywall, which is that they have to make money. They're a business.
Of course.
They've got an insane Discord community with like 25,000 members, which is just
amazing.
Nuts. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Discords, check out Hobby Homies Discord.
Yeah, you can find the link at hobbyhomies.com.
Which is actually expired.
What's expired? Oh, the link on there. We'll top that up.
We'll have it fixed by the
So
time this
how
comes
will
out.
it find it? You'll find a way. I trust you.
You'll find a way.
Yeah.
So I've been playing with it. Just, making city maps making region maps for my 5 Leagues campaign.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We can generate Discord links that don't expire.
No, even the permanent ones expire. Which is like 2 years old now.
Hey, Churchy's got a map on the thing. That looks very cool.
Yeah, that's not.
Did you make that?
No, God.
God, no, it's hideous. What do you think I am?
An amateur.
Spent a week on it?
Yeah, so
some
you
of
can
these
make
are really
like
cool.
city maps like that.
Love that.
It's just a lot of fun. That's a battle map too. Like, it's insane. It
Wow.
is. It really, the assets there are fantastic. They're adding more and more all the time.
Cool.
Amazing.
So do you exclusively use it for Rangers and 5 Leagues, I imagine? Fantasy maps?
At the moment, it only has fantasy map assets,
Yep.
but they are looking at sci-fi stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I would use it for apart from 5 Leagues.
Really, that's about it. But like, I was one of those kids at school that
cool.
I would just draw maps for the sake of drawing maps.
Wow.
And like use like tea bags and like.
I bet you got teabag too.
No, I did the tea bagging.
Yeah, sure you did.
To the
mate.
maps.
To the maps. Oh, to the maps. Yeah.
And stain them yellow and burn the edges and all that kind of stuff that nerds do. That was me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you made it to adulthood.
I survived, dude.
You're an inspiration.
I didn't get wedgied or swirlied or.
Not every day. Not every day.
Not on the weekend.
Not on the weekends. I trapped myself in my room. I was a cartographer of sorts.
Yeah. So it's a creative thing, Like
yeah, it's cool.
Like worlds you can build. You could use it for D&D campaigns, any kind of RPG campaigns, really. You really, the only thing you're limited to is at the moment is a fantasy setting.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
I love it a lot. I might have to get you to make me some maps
I'll do it.
because I don't have the paid for version.
It's so time consuming though. Like I was on it the other night, and
Look at he's adding hills.
he's adding hills. Yeah, and I spent hours just doing the the coastline of a small section.
Yep.
And like Caitlin's like, "Oh, are you coming to bed?" I'm like, "Yeah, soon."
Yeah, soon. This map isn't going to make itself, honey.
Exactly.
What do you think? Maps grow on trees?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
these ones. These are digital. They grow on computers.
Get with the times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to bed with your iPhone.
So
Your organizer app.
does it do what I wanted to do? Absolutely.
Does your map making app make the maps?
Make maps? It does.
Yeah, awesome.
It's awesome. For $5 a month, like there's so many subscriptions set out there these days. $5 a month is definitely on the lower end.
Oh, big time.
Considering Netflix is already 20 something bucks a month now, and Spotify is like 15. Like as far as subscriptions go, I thought it's $5 a month. You can't really go wrong with that. It's like
The
our
annual one
Patreon.
sounds good too, because then it's like you treat it sort of like a once-off purchase, and you're
Yeah,
like,
you could.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
make as many maps as I want for a year.
Yep.
I'm gonna just go map crazy. It reminds me of like we had this really terrible computer when I was a kid. It was the family computer.
Oh, the family computer.
They sit in the living room, so you really
Yep.
can't do much on them.
Yep.
Except for play games or whatever.
Like Solitaire.
Yeah.
Spider Solitaire.
Spider Solitaire. Yep. Dance
pinball.
Dance Revolution with the little.
God, no.
Yeah. Anyways, one game I remember I would sneak out at like 1 a.m. Wait till all the lights were off, and then I would wait another hour after that, and then I'd sneak out, and then I would load up RPG Maker, and I'd be on that till like 5 a.m.
RPG Maker was so good. Yeah.
And I was terrible at it, and I would make garbage
yeah.
games that I never played.
Yep.
I'd just make these games, and
Why
I'd be
would
like,
you play them? You made them.
I already know how it ends.
Exactly. I know
I'm
the
writing
story.
it soon, I promise.
I know the meta.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I just do that for ages. So I
Yeah.
totally get the map making thing. It's like that, but not as good. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, after your Warganizer thing, I also had another app
Yep.
to talk about, but I found it's called Brush Rage,
Oh, I've looked at Brush Rage. Yeah.
and it's the same thing. It's for documenting your projects and
Yep.
stuff. But man, I found it so cumbersome,
Janky?
clunky, janky to use.
Yep.
I
Yep.
just could not. I was like, I want something to be intuitive, or at least give me a little button where it's like, here's like a tiny little 15-second video because I created a collection called Infinity Hackaslam.
Yep.
And then I was trying to add how many models I had and what they were called, and then and I just couldn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've spent half an hour on this thing. If I can't figure it out, I mean, I am a big smooth brain, big time.
Yeah.
But also in IT, so I'm an IT smooth brain. If I can't figure it out in half an hour, I don't want to use it.
Did you turn it off and on again?
Yeah. So I was like, I think this is a powerful tool. I did. Uninstalled and reinstalled. It's a powerful tool. I see it being used well. I just can't use it well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone else out there listening has used it and rates it because they're not dumb.
I think Whack told me about it like 2 years ago, maybe.
I feel like if I've heard about an app, it's this
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it has to be good. I just have to be missing something.
Yeah.
But it sounds like I don't even need to use it because Warganizer's got me covered.
Figure case,
with the
but
cabinet
okay.
case. Yeah. Exactly.
I feel like he's like missed an opportunity by not calling the whole app Warganizer.
Right, exactly.
Like-
Figure case.
Figure case.
Maybe
Maybe English is his second language.
What was his first name? Warganizer.
Simon.
Yeah. Ah, yes. The old European Simon. I think maybe for searching purposes, Warganizer. No one's looking. No one's going to type that in. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah,
it's beyond me.
Lost.
Yeah,
Lost to us.
No input.
Yep. Yep. So for $5 a month, you could get Incarnate, or you could also sign up to our Patreon.
Oh yeah, for sure. You
Yep.
could definitely do that. You would get some sweet things like
Early access to
our love.
videos.
Oh yeah, that too.
And love. We give that out for free. We are cheap prostitutes.
So cheap, you'd be horrified.
But we also
Take your money for $5 a month. Yeah.
appreciate all of our patrons and everyone who likes the videos and watches the videos and listens to these on your selected podcast platforms. We appreciate you.
You're awesome. Thank you.
You are very cool.
You confuse us with your loyalty and your excitement
Yep.
for two weirdos who shut themselves in their bedrooms for their younger years making maps and,
To avoid getting teabagged.
well, it's inevitable, but to delay the teabagging. So thank you for supporting us. We need it. Our therapy sessions are expensive.
Yep.
So $5 a month helps a lot. I'm just needed.
So massive shout out to all our patrons. Without you guys, wouldn't make this possible. As always, shout out to Moose, Alco, Churchy, thanks Churchy, Rad Rooster, Oliver, Hockers, Penny, Agro, Don One Don, and Big Roach. You gotta do the other
See you
one.
in 2 days. We also got Burnsy, Final, Lethal, Gritty, Axanax, MJ, Whack the Ewok, Test, and Black Apollo. Hope you're healing up, Black Apollo. Actually, I haven't heard from him.
Oh dear God.
Where is he? Thank you all so much. You're amazing. I hope you've enjoyed listening to Apps. Got a few ideas. Let us know yours. And we'll see you soon.
Hooroo.
Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One